So we need to consider not only the risk, but the relative risk. Seberapa risiko, seberapa riskan CCUS dibandingkan operation yang lain. And we need to have many surveillance monitoring method ya to contain the risk, to mitigate the risk, and to know the performance of our operation. And there are many methods, starting from the air. We have remote sensing, we have isotopic and chemical tracers, we can do fluid sampling, we can do pressure monitoring, we can do surface flux monitoring, we can check the surface deformation, vertical seismic profile, monitoring well, we can do wireline logging, we can do core analysis, we can detect the atmosphere, we can do crosswell, electromagnetic and seismic testing. So we can do many surveillance activities to know the performance, the safety of our operation. Ya, jadi if you want to have good operation, if you want to be good engineer, then you must achieve good quality of monitoring and surveillance. You get more data, you can analyze better. Ya, jadi semua metode surveillance ini dapat dilakukan untuk mendeteksi, untuk menganalisis performa dari CCUS kita. And of course, if we have good data, good amount of data, we can do simulation quite well. Yeah. And these are the scales of monitoring. Small scale can do core testing, well logging. Bigger scale can be seismic, borehole seismic, vertical seismic profile, crosswell seismic. The bigger one, the bigger scale is surface seismic, and the biggest scale is satellite monitoring. We can even monitor the CCUS operation using satellite. And monitoring techniques, some of them are expensive, some of them are quite cheap, right? And we need to optimize the cost and get the highest benefit. Okay, so there are many monitoring methods, and we need to find the best one, but at good price. Yeah, again, these are the monitoring techniques. You can do atmospheric CO2 and methane fluxes, soil gas sampling, surface water sampling, self-potential, passive seismic, wellhead pressure you check, pulse neutron capture logging, microseismic, many things you can do. Yeah. And then time-lapse 3D vertical seismic profile, geochemical tracer test, borehole gravity survey, microgravity survey. You can do many things to monitor the safety and the performance of your operation. And this is the result from the seismic, yeah, time-lapse seismic. 1994, the seismic is like this. We do seismic again. 2001, we can see this profile. This is actually the area of CO2 plume. Yeah. So you can estimate, you can analyze the spread, the distribution of your CO2 plume by using the seismic. And 7 years later, 2008, you can see this area of the CO2 plume. And if you plot them from 1994 through 2008, it's like this. It's time-lapse seismic. Okay, we can do this method. This is very good to know the extension of our CO2 plume. Is there any CO2 leaking? Ya, you can imagine, Anda bayangkan jika setelah beberapa tahun the seismic doesn't change, what can we conclude? Apa yang bisa kita asumsikan atau konklusikan kalau seismiknya nggak berubah setelah beberapa tahun? Ya, we can say maybe CO2 is leaking. Ya, but now we can see the seismic profile changes. So we know CO2 is trapped and stored there. Yeah, so that's the use of the seismic method. And this is the visualization of the seismic reflection also. 1919, 1999, 2001 through 2008, you can see the spread of your CO2 plume, right? So it's very good monitoring and surveillance technique to know the extension, to know the area of your CO2 plume.